Hello everybody and welcome to season 2 episode 15 of the KCCA TV show, and in this one we'll be talking everything, the club news and the highlights for the past games this week, that is between Kyetume Football Club and KCCA Football Club at Magero, and also KCCA Football Club vs Police Football Club. And hey, we have an exclusive interview with a player from KCCA Football Club that played each and every minute of that AFCON Under-20 tournament. On the show tonight, he'll be telling us his journey, how the tournament was, and also his personal goals. A lot of stuff on the show tonight. My name is Magero Mwanje. You and I are walking this journey together. Now to start it off with the club news from KCCFC, this week the 6 players from the AFCON Under-20 tournament, that is the tournament that was in Mauritania, players like Musa, Ramathan, Kafumbe Joseph, Kawoya Andrew, Serada Steven, Chiza Joseph Bukenya and Sam Senyonjo are back and they are training with the football club. These players returned on Tuesday, and you get to feel they're really in good shape because they've made the finals of this tournament. Ideally, they should have qualified for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup, but because the tournament was cancelled, we wait to hear an update from FIFA. But all these players are back, and really proud of the crop of these players, the entire Uganda Hippos squad, and straight into business because they are back with the team training and they want to get back into the team and also for position. So I can tell you, I can confirm that the squad is now boosted because there's 6 players plus the assistant manager that were in Mauritania for that AFCON Under-20 tournament are all back in the squad. Still speaking about AFCON, the Under-17 AFCON tournament that was to happen in Marrakech, Morocco, was cancelled last week. And just to tell you, KCCFC had some players on that team, players like Mwanje Elvis, players like Mawa Oscar, players like Mukisa Simon, players like Juma Ibrahim and Magogo Shafiq. Juma Ibrahim was the captain of this team. Unfortunately, that tournament getting cancelled by CAF. We wait to get an update from CAF. So those players will be returning, and I can really confirm that they are back in the country. And we will be waiting for an update from CAF on what next. Unfortunately, these players really wanted to go all out and probably emulate the Under-20 team because they also won the CECAFA Under-17 tournament that was in December in Rwanda. But it's very unfortunate they will not be achieving all this. So that's all about the club news from KCCFC this week. Now talking about the Star Times Uganda Premier League, this week we played game day 13, and that game was between Kyetume Football Club and KCCA Football Club at the FUFA Technical Center in Magero. Definitely Kyetume having some players that have played for KCCFC before, players in Isaac Chirabida who started in this game, and also KCCFC coming out on top after the 90 minutes, Bright Anukani scoring that lone goal for the club in the 66th minute, picking an assist from Sadata Naku. Wonderful stuff for the football club. Sometimes you need to grind these games. You may not win 6-1 just like we won against UPDF the other time. Some of the times you're going to win that game 1-0. So that's what happened in Magero. The boys coming out on top and also getting maximum points. And just so you know, KCCFC TV was on ground to get you everything that happened in the entire 90 minutes. So in case you missed that game, these are the highlights for that game. That's all about the highlights from that game between Kyetume Football Club and KCCA, the game happening at Magero. KCCA coming out on top and getting maximum points, taking them to 26 points from 13 games after that game. So we caught up with the players of KCCA after this game, that is Gift Ali, who had a tremendous game in this one, and also Brighton Nukani, who scored the lone goal, and this is what they had to say after that game.
Oh, thank you. This is my third game. Should have been more, but because of injuries. But I'm glad that I'm back. We're winning games. Happy for the team. It was a massive win for us. That was a show of character from the boys. It was a fighting game today, stubborn side. But yeah, I thank God that we managed to win, and as a person, getting my second 90 minutes, it's a bonus. I want to keep playing. I want to keep helping the team. So yeah, all thanks to God.
Mpulira bulungi nnyo okubeera nga nsobodde okuteebera ttiimu yange ne tutwala obubonero busatu, era obubonero obwo busatu bujja kutuyambako nnyo okubeera nga twambukako waggulu wa table, kuba twagala kwambuka waggulu paka mu kisooka, era obubonero bwe tufunye leero bujja tuyambako okugenda waggulu.
Yeah, being a marathon, it's very important to win games, especially away games. Now every win pushes us on top of, let me say in the top 4 or 3. We are taking it game at a time. So yeah, I'm sure by the end of first round we'll be where we are supposed to be.
Ekisooka fad sigwe mulundi ogusoose okusambako naye, ne Gift naye sigwe gusoose kuba Gift nasambako naye nga tuli mu pro line, nga akyali mu pro line naye nga nakagendayo, era tekimbeerera kizibu okusamba nawo.
Very, very important. You see, sometimes you can't only depend on a striker or whatever. Last time you saw Magambo scoring twice. It's really good that we're scoring from all angles. All departments have been managing to score apart from myself. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to scoring, and I like the way we're doing it. It's a team sport and we are showing that.
Omupiira gwa leero ekituufu tegubadde mwangu kuba n'eno ttiimu eya Kyetume nayo ebadde eyagala buwanguzi, era naffe tuzze nga twagala naffe buwanguzi, naye nebaza Mukama okubeera nga abutadde ku sayidi yaffe obwangu.
Well, those are the reactions from our players after that game. So, I mean, you can sense that there is some belief now. There is some positivity in the squad. There is a lot of character. They want to grind out games, and just like Gift Ali said, that sometimes you go to win games narrowly like this and may not be beautifully, just like you always do it at home, but going away and picking up a crucial win just like we did against Kyetume Football Club. Now, after this game, we took to Twitter and carried out polls, and then we asked, who do you pick as your standout performer from yesterday's game against Kyetume Football Club? Hashtag KYEKCCA, hashtag StarTimes UPL. And now the 4 candidates up for this one were Kato Samuel, Anukani Bright, Aliro Moses, and Achai Herbert. And this is how they fared. Kato Samuel got 12%, Anukani Bright got 73%, Aliro Moses got 9%, and Achai Herbert got 6%. So as per our Twitter, the fans' player of the match was Anukani Bright with 73%, and he gets to win himself a pair of tickets to the Century Cinema that is located at Acacia Mall. Remember, these are our partners as KCCA Football Club. So, Mr. Bright Anukani, congratulations. You'll be able to get that pair of tickets, and you'll be able to watch a movie of your choice at Century Cinema that is located at Acacia Mall. So, that's been it from our Twitter poll for this week. We'll be going to a break, and when we return, we have a special guest, a player that played all the games for the Uganda Hippos squad during the AFCON Under-20 tournament. He'll be telling us how everything unfolded and what he wants to achieve going forward. But everything after this break. Now welcome back from that break, and just like we told you, we have a guest for this week's show, And it's been a while since we had a guest on the KCCFC TV show, but this one is quite a special guest because he's a former player for the KCCFC Soccer Academy, and he was also the captain during his time in the junior team of KCCA Football Club, that is the KCCA Soccer Academy. And then, more about him, he's been in Mauritania for the past 3 weeks, and during that tournament, he played each and every minute of that AFCON Under-20 tournament. He'll be telling us how it unfolded and also his football life. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'm Musa Ramathan, KCCA player, defender, and Uganda Hippos Under-20.
Wow.
Yeah, the tournament has been good, and I've experienced a lot as a player.
Musa, speaking about experience, when you look at your journey straight from the soccer academy to the senior team, and then you played in the Sekafa Clubs Cup in Rwanda, when you just promoted, KCCA won that one. You were an integral figure in that tournament. Then going on in the qualifier games for the CAF competitions that year, you played some of the games. Then in the league, won I think the Super Cup during that year, and then last year 2020 won the Sekafa Under-20 with the Uganda Hippos team, and now a finalist with the still the Uganda Hippos team in the AFCON Under-20 tournament. When you look at your journey and all the things you've been through, are you proud as a player? And what are some of the things you look at and say, I'm proud that I've been able to achieve this?
Yeah, as a player, I'm really so proud of the journey because I've played so many games and the continental games, so I experienced a lot, me as a player.
Talking about experiencing a lot as a player, we'll go straight into the AFCON tournament. Going into this one, as a player, what do you want to achieve? I know you had your individual goals, definitely there were team goals, but what do you want to achieve? What is that one thing probably you wanted to achieve going into the tournament in Mauritania?
Going to the tournament in Mauritania before leaving, yeah, as a player, I wanted to go and win the trophy for the AFCON tournament, but things failed. And my second option was to work hard to get the team in Europe.
So definitely you're using the tournament as your stepping stone to get to the club, but we'll get to that later on. Still speaking about that tournament in Mauritania, as a player, how do you feel that you are able to play each and every minute for the Uganda Hippos team from the first game up until the finals?
Yeah, as a player, I feel so good playing each and every minute I was given by the coach and in the all games, because the coach had a trust in me. That's why he gave me all the minutes and I was performing. That's why I played all the game. Yeah.
Well, Musa, still speaking about the tournament in Mauritania, from the first game, Mozambique, and then you play against Cameroon, then Mauritania, the hosts, Burkina Faso in the quarters, Tunisia in the semis, and then finally Ghana in the finals. Which was your toughest game as an individual and also as a team in general?
As an individual, the toughest game was against Burkina Faso, the quarterfinals, because everyone wanted to go for the semi-finals. Burkina Faso wanted to go for semi-finals. We also wanted to go for the semi-finals. So it was not easy for us. The game was 50-50, but we managed to maintain them. Things they were very tough.
And which was your easiest? Which game did you play and you're like, wow, this one has been a walk through the park?
My easiest game was against Ghana, though we lost it on the finals. Yeah.
Your easiest game was the game you lost 2-0.
Yeah.
Why was that your easiest game?
Yeah, it was the easiest game because it was not hard like these other games, though even like we beat Tunisia 4-1. It was also easy, but the Ghanaian game was more easier because they were not doing like a lot of attacking football, so we had like less work in the defense. Okay. So it has been an easier game for me.
Okay, that's nice. Unfortunately, Uganda going on to lose that one, but at least you went on to get the bragging rights because you made the finals in your first time, or for the first time, the country made it to the finals. That is the AFCON Under-20 finals. Still speaking about the same tournament, what was the team goal going into this one? Because we out there, we may not know what did the coaches tell you? What did you want to achieve as a unit?
The team goal was to reach the semi-finals and qualify for World Cup because, as you are told, when you reach the semi-finals, it automatically, you will go for what? You will go for World Cup. So, and we worked hard for it and we made it. Yeah. unfortunately, not even unfortunately, just the way the team was playing and performing, we have been doing good, and through prayers, God also listened to our prayers, and then we had to make it up to the finals. Yeah, but our goal was to reach the semi-finals to qualify for the World Cup. Yeah.
So we should say the team overachieved, because if the goal was to reach the semi-finals and then you made it to the finals, that is a plus for your side. And definitely wanted to have won the tournament, but we should say you overachieved compared to what you wanted, what you had set as a goal as a team, right?
Yeah.
Still speaking about the tournament, Musa, there's that game, I'll pick out the game in the semi-finals against Tunisia when you made a goal line clearance. And at the time the game was 2-1 in favor of Uganda. And if Tunisia scored at that time, the game would have gone to 2-2. Probably, how proud are you that
training, the defenders, we always learn a lot, and then they always tell us a lot. At times when the ball is up or when the keeper has gone for the ball, maybe one-on-one situation, the defender does what? Should cover the goalkeeper. Yeah.
So it's just something you did because you're used to doing it at your football club?
Yes.
Okay, still speaking about the tournament, we had 6 players from KCCFC in this squad. That is probably, how important was this to you as an individual, because you were seeing some familiar faces around, and also the fact that the team was coached by the assistant manager of KCCFC in Mwanje. How important was this, that you had some familiar faces in the squad?
Yeah, I was happy to play with my teammates, you know, like we were 6 and then the assistant manager. Yeah, so I was happy to be with my fellow players, KCCA.
Okay, then now the tournament is done. Uganda was not winning that one, but at least you're getting a medal, and also if that World Cup was still going to be there, you'd have made it. First of all, how disappointed are you that FIFA ruled out the tournament from happening? That is the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. It was cancelled. I know your goal was to make sure you make the finals. You made that by reaching the semi-finals, but unfortunately the tournament won't be there. How disappointed are you as a player?
Yeah, as a player, I'm disappointed for the FIFA making a decision of not playing a World Cup this year over. I don't know the year now when they are going to play it, but as a player, I'm very disappointed because this is my last year to play in under-20. In fact, not only me, most of the players, this was their last year. That's why we worked a lot, so hard to reach the semi-finals, because we knew we were going to qualify for the World Cup, and then we were all going to go and play. So, in fact, not only me who is disappointed, but the whole team is disappointed.
I can feel the disappointment when you speak, Musa, but according to what I read, it's because of the pandemic, the COVID and all those things, but hopefully, probably they can reinstall it. Now that the tournament is done, what is next for Musa Ramathan? What do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself in the next 1-2 years? Where do you want to play football? What is your goal? Right now, I know you're going to get back to the club, that is KCCFC, because you still have a running contract, but what do you want to achieve? One with KCCFC, and also your goals probably in the next 1-2 years.
Yeah, as I'm back at the club right now, I want to also train hard and then work hard and then copy up with the teammates that have been there before, and I want to work hard and get back to my number, to the starting team, and work hard and then make the team win the trophy this year. And my goal in 1 to 2 years is to leave KCC and go to Europe to play professional.
You want to go and play professional football. What is your dream team? Which team do you want to play for? When you look at yourself, what is your dream team? The team that you really admire and you're like, wow, I would wish to play for this team.
Yeah, my dream team is Real Madrid because I support Real Madrid. Yeah, so I like Madrid. Yeah.
Who's your best player in Madrid?
My best player in Madrid, of course, is Sergio Ramos. Yeah.
Okay. Speak about your goals and what will. I wish you all the best. That is wherever probably you could go. But now KCCFC, as you get back, is back in the top 4 and very unfamiliar position because we are normally used to being in, number 1. That is who we have always been. But now that you're back with all the 6 players, that is the players who are in that were in Mauritania, there's a lot of competition when you look at your position. In the defense, there's Kyetume, there's Magambo Peter, there's Iguma Denis there. Revita is coming back from injury very soon. How do you treat this kind of pressure as a player, or you just take it a game at a time and wait for your chance? How do you treat this kind of pressure?
Yeah, I see right now there's a lot of competition in the team, but I'll also work hard so that I'll also work hard and then so that I can be among the starting team, and I'll also wait for my chance. When I'm given a chance by the coach, I'll prove that I can do it so that I can get back to the starting team.
Wow. Musa, any individual goals that you want to achieve with the club this season? Now that you're back, the club has now so far played 14 games. That is in the Uganda Premier League. There's only one game to go, which will happen next week on Wednesday against Vipers. Hopefully you'll make the squad for that one. What are your individual goals as we wind this up?
My individual goal with the club is to win the trophy, though I haven't yet played in a game for KCCA this season. I think I played only one game, and it was qualifiers for the CAF Confederation game against AS Kigali. Yeah, but my goal this season with the team is to win the trophy and go back again to the continental game.
Wow. Musa, in your final words, as you say bye to the KCCFC fan, you have very many fans out there, and I should tell you, because I was able to follow the social media of the when Uganda Hippos were playing, and we're really proud of how you guys really played. I am proud of you guys, especially you that have been able to see from the junior team up to now. But your final words to the KCCFC fan, the stakeholder out there, what do you tell him? Probably you could say hello to the people watching. Any of your final words as you wind up in that camera?
Yeah, my final word is like, thank you to all the fans who has been behind us, supporting us. We really appreciated the support you have been giving to us. It made us have that confidence of playing and reaching where we reach. Yeah.
Wow, top class stuff from Musa Ramathan, a player that played each and every minute of that AFCON Under-20 tournament. Remember, the Uganda Hippos made history. They made it to the AFCON Under-20 tournament for the very first time in the history of this tournament. And then they made the finals. These boys came back with medals, and that is the silver medal. That is for the runners-up medal. But kudos to them, because not very many people thought they would go that far. Their individual goal as a team was to get to the semi-finals and make the World Cup. Unfortunately, the World Cup was cancelled. But we're really proud of these boys, and hopefully this group of players can pick on from this, and then we shall have a very wonderful Uganda Cranes team in the future. So that's been Musa Ramathan, former captain, KCCFC Soccer Academy, and then that winds up this segment. We'll be back for the next segment, and guess what? We have the build-up ahead of that game next week, the Start Times Uganda Premier League game between Vipers and KCCA Football Club at the St. Mary's Stadium. Everything after this break. Now welcome back from that break. Just like we told you, we still had a game this week in the Start Times Uganda Premier League, and this was game day 14 on Friday. This game being between KCCA Football Club and Police Football Club. Most have termed it as the Lukwago Derby. That's up to you. You can call it whatever you want. But definitely Sanyuka TV was on ground, and they got this game the full 90 minutes. In case you missed it, these are the highlights.
Sozi, Nagwa Ruben, Duncan. Nasalako Kato bamuleseewo Duncan ayisizaako mu Duncan nasinga abantu okubekifaananyi bw'atana time wetu Police FC kubya nnyonjo muwadama wejje bw'ato n'abeera ng'atebye ttiimu gye yasambira mu sizoni emu yokka. What a way okufuna opener wane Lugogo. Police FC goal emu, KCCA 0.
Ninde okubeera nga abitinze abazanyi abasukka mu omwo. What composure nga n'omupiira gugenda okubeera nga guyita abantu ne balaga ennamba Peter Magambo nga y'omu ku ba victim. Typical police goal olunaku olwaleero. Wonderful skill.
I had taken wrong siraba skills weziti from Duncan Seninde. Honestly, ndoza Brian Mululi abadde agezaako okuteeba naye ne katawera bulungi. Look at this. Laba kuyisaako gift yali ne yeeyala. Magambo n'akunamira abawagizi. Bw'atyo n'ajja Mululi n'ateekamu ekigere. And it was Muwadde Mawejje okubeera nga finishing off omulimu omulungi ogukoleddwa. Oyinza okugamba nti Muwadde abadde fundi. Free kick. Bright Anukani, Moses Aliro alese free kick omupiira ne gujja Revita John. Ng'obungi simanyi how better. Kato naleta omupiira mu box bwakti omupiira ode save okuva Derrick Ochan. Luwanga abadde atomedde omupiira naye bwekuti omupiira Derrick Ochan abeera ng'akonyeemu ekigere ekigalo rather abadde Sadat Anaku.
Yeah, abadde Sadat Anaku.
You like the technique y'okutomera omupiira ogwo. KCCA Kiwalaze bamuwadde space shooting Charles Lukwago guno gwo gumulemye okubeera ng'anyweza shot ebadde y'amaanyi nnyo Kiwalaze. Johnson Odong but omupiira noseka. Another save from Charles Lukwago ng'omupiira gwakaddamu dakiika 3 tiimu ya Police FC ekyalaga intent okubeera ng'edabulinga lead.
Yeah, good saves biri mu dakiika
Gati wano najja n'aguwa Kato Samuel n'aleeta omupiira olungi ate goolo nungi nnyene ya KCCA. Sadat Anaku yabeegezezaamuko. Sadat Anaku aliko maddi okubeera ng'ateeba goolo ezikola obulango. What a header! Laba amazina ga CEO ono agenda kumuwa endagaano nga tamanyi na kumanya nti akyalina endagaano. Derrick Ochan takitegeera ali lost in the jungle. Sadat Anaku awadde ttiimu ya Police FC equalizer. Mike Mutebi cannot smile because agala obubonero busatu, but there's no reason lwaki to celebrating a goal bweti. KCCA goal emu, Police FC goal emu.
I'm not so sure Derrick Ochan oba tali responsible. It's a wonderful goal. Nesiri sure ndaba goalkeeper ali tentative avayo tavayo okubera
mbyeyo live wire ya Duncan. Sada afuuse kamyufu. Sadat Anaku aline babya omupiira Bright asala abantu Bright bweru. Bright anukani ajeka abantu in the bright way nakuba poor shot nekugenda bugenzi bweru. Gano ino dance sport oba ogimanyi ge bazina gano kati pasi bagisizamu Brian Aheebwa kati Derrick Ochan against this is risky from Derrick Ochan. Poor game reading and this could be a booking. Oh, Derrick Ochan, I need to see abadde mu box abadde bweru.
I'm thinking abadde wabweru. But what are you doing, Derrick Ochan? Omupiira guli wala nnyo kyewandiise nga byline. What are you doing running out of your goal? Only 1-on-1.
Derrick Ochan bwati afunye yellow card goalkeeper team eno ya Police FC. Leero Kasinja teetaaga storminga kisaawe. It is a legitimate yellow card. Brian Aheebwa amututte n'amukwata amutemedde ku edge ya boxi. Free kick. Bratiano Kanas.
Now that's all about that game that happened at the MTN Omondi Stadium, and we caught up with the gaffer, Mike Hilary Mutebi, and some of the players of KCCFC after this game, and this is how they reacted.
The league has 16 clubs. All of them are challengers. All of them are vying to win. You see, I told you this league has about 8 contestants who can live, who can work, who can do what? Who can win the league. Okay? So, for us, we handle every game that it comes. There is no weak team. Every team we play with is a strong team, and try to do our best. The players try to do their best so that they try to win. Okay. Consistency in performance, yes. I told you it is very peculiar in Ugandan football for players consistently use the ball well. You see, we will talk about this passing, but usually our passing is aimless. Our passes do not hurt the opposition. You're always passing in front of the lines. You are not hurting anybody. You're not saturating the ball well. So most of our players have not gotten used to it, you know. And that's why you see maybe first half a little bit slow, very careful. Then when they woke up in the second half, we had to use the ball quick. And that means to use the ball quick and circulating it well, you must be fit. You must be fit. Because always you are availing yourself for support and keep the ball moving. You see? Now, you play against a passing side like Police, you see? That's when you test yourself. How did you rate the duos in midfield, Mwanje and Giftari? You know, that's the difference. It was. But like I've always said, we are still very careless. Very careless. You know, when you come and use that ball, break in the final third, instead of coming down and using the ball and keeping it moving, you rush. That's why you see most of the goals we score or are scored are usually accidental, not constructed. Either because of careless mistake in defense. Okay. So, but by and large, I believe it was a fair result. Point is not a bad result for us as we march on.
My name is Jimmy Rotin from Chanja, supporter of KCCA FC.
Amanya Ken Calvin, Okuvechengera #1 supporter of KCCA.
Today we played a very interesting game to my side, but it was ours to lose. I think we had problems on transition in the first half, but when the coach changed some few things, we made some different changes, especially on the attack. I think our departments, especially the defensive one, was shaky in the first half, especially on the right-hand side where Kato was passing. He had issues dealing with Seninde, and all the time the interplays in there gave us trouble. But I also think that when we lost the balls especially on the left-hand side of the pitch, we received the counter reaction on the other side of our defense. And so every time we had the challenge where Kasozi was passing from, the ball ended in the other opposite end. And I also believe that Police was a little bit mature in their approach in the middle of the park, especially with Sozi and the veteran Tony Maweje. And so they played a little bit of interesting plays in the midfield in the first half. But then over time, we then changed the game in the second half, and we came up stronger.
Tuyagolwa leero ekibuzeemu kusambeko kitundu kyakubirika kyokka. Kitundu ekisooka twayizaamu tetulina kitwakoze. Naye nange nadde nsuubira tujja kugugoba n'okuteba ggoolo ennyingi kuba amaanyi gaffe agasinga gabadde nga nnyo mu kuteeba. Ne first half tetwasambye bulungi ggoolo ne zitajja. Naye ekyomukisa omulungi second half twekutte ne tuteebayo kale ne tuteebayo ne tufunawo draw. Naye nga first half singa twadde tukosezza agamaanyi getukosezza mu ddakiika ezisembyeyo ezasatu.
Don't you think you are misusing your words? Terrible, what do you mean by terrible? Terrible, that means nothing happened. You are misusing your words. You must correct your English. You know, there was no terrible there.
According to the standards you have set here.
Yes, there was nothing terrible. You can say would not play according to the standards. But terrible, that means there was nothing that happened. You must use your words carefully. You know, your English, you must use it well. So, about Kezron, I am not critical about these players. These players are supposed to perform. When he comes in and makes a difference, that's why he was recruited. Okay? So when he came in and tried to put the team in shape and try to use the ball well, it helps us. Okay?
Mutebi agenze n'akozesa baaka 3 ate ng'obusajja obuyita ebbali bulungi nnyo. Ekizibu kyaffe engeri namba 2 Samuel Kato ayina engeri gy'anaganyeemu kubanga abadde tali fresh kimala, era omupiira obwedde obusajja bumupulesinga nga tewali mbeera yonna engeri gy'abadde tasamba nnyo mipiira. Ndaba obuzi first half bwe buvudde naye nga tujja kwongerako tusambe bulungi.
First half ndowooza obuzibu bwavudde. Fensi yaffe eyo yabuzeemu kubanga saidi eri obudda Duncan Seninde eno gyabadde ayita. Yabadde nga batulumba nnyo nga batuukako nnyo. Defense yaffe yabuzeemu okukolagana ne midfield okumuziyizaawo. Naye bwe bakyalidde nga amagezi ekitundu nga kyokubindooza era olabye tusobodde okwekwatakwata obulungi ne tuba nga ffe tupozesinga omupiira.
And I don't know how these people choose man of the match. Yeah, you could see, usually give man of the match one who has scored. But overall, when you look at performance, like today, you could see Magambo was in charge of everything, initiating everything, and showing that he's in charge. So it was a good pick for you, but for the ones who chose man of the match, that's up to them. About the consistency in the lineup, yes, if the players are all ready and injury free, why should we change a winning lineup? We can't change a winning lineup, okay? We can only rotate whenever there are so many matches, like you said, it's almost like a marathon. You know, match, after 2 days you're playing, then just when you rotate, okay? But also, you must rotate that the quality you are rotating must also be good. There's one thing having a deep squad, but when it doesn't have quality, you see? So the consistency in performance of the players has also helped us do what? Settle with the starting lineup.
Top stuff from the gaffer himself coming out to say that, I mean, we still have to go to fight, especially now that we have a game next week, the final game of the first round, that will happen next week at the St. Mary's Stadium, Chitende. And speaking about that game that will happen next week, in the Star Times Uganda Premier League, Vipers will be hosting KCCA Football Club at the St. Mary's Stadium. And speaking about the news from the team, the 6 players, the teenagers that just concluded that AFCON Under-20 tournament in Mauritania are all back in the squad, and they have taken part in the various training sessions ahead of that game that will be happening next week on Wednesday. And also, if you're to look at the players that have been injured in Julius Poloto, John Revita, Mazengo Stefano Loro, and Juma Balinya, they're stepping up their rehabilitation and really serious about it. So you get to feel that very soon they'll also be part of the squad, and the rest of the team is really fit and ready for this one, apart from a player in Fillbert, Obenchan, who picked up that injury in that 6-1 win for KCCFC against UPDF Football Club, and he was stretchered off. We hope he returns in about 2 weeks, because as per last week, he had to have 3 weeks out. So hopefully he will return in 2 weeks, but the available squad is able to take on the hosts, that is in Vipers. And if you're to look at the numbers ahead of this game, and that is KCCFC and Vipers, in the last 21 games, Vipers has won 9 times, while KCCA has won 6 times, and both teams have shared spoils 6 times. Definitely Vipers scoring 28 goals in these 21 games, and KCCFC scoring 25 goals in these 21 games. And then the points attained, Vipers has attained 33 points from 21 games, and then KCC has attained 24 points from the last 21 games. So you see the numbers are in Vipers' favor, but this is a whole different game because you get to feel the team has really picked a lot of momentum if you look at the past games that the team has been playing. And definitely we are also boosted by the 6 players that are coming in from Mauritania, the boys that made the finals of the AFCON Under-20 tournament. So you get, and also the assistant manager in Mole Viekwa, so back in the squad. So the entire technical team is now full, as it should be. The players are now boosted with more numbers because there have been concerns of the limited numbers in the squad. And definitely that's a plus for the football club. So ahead of this one, we caught up with the players to get their reactions. What do they think ahead of this game? Because it's a big one. You have players like Ashraf Mugume, Kezron Chizito that have played for Vipers before. And then in Vipers, you have players like Paul Muchurezi and Shaban Muhammad, who have played for KCCA before. So it's going to be, a crack of the game. And whoever chose this fixture just chose the game at a perfect time because it's the last game of the first round. It's game number 15 of the Star Times Uganda Premier League. A lot at stake. Both managers want it so badly. Mike Mutebi has never won a StarTimes Uganda Premier League game at Chitende. The only time KCCA won the game at Chitende was during the CAF Confederations Cup. That was against AS Kigali. KCCFC unfortunately not progressing to the next round in that one, but it won that game 3-1, and Brian Aheebwa scoring a hat-trick. That was on January 6, 2021. So here are the players plus the coach speaking ahead of this game.
Season eno njagala kuteba goalo nga kale nga nyingi kuba zijja kuba ziyambako team nokola assist eziyambako team okubeera ng'egenda waggulu kuwangula ekikopo.
Goal maker.
Newa target ya goal 10.
Yeah, but going into the coming games, we shall take them like any other game. These are top sides, yes, but we are the best in the country, and for that reason we are going to go out there to prove that on the pitch. So yeah, come Friday we shall be ready for it.
Team ebbiri zetusembyayo era z'amaanyi kuba zituli waggulu oba naye nga tiimu zo z'amaanyi zo ngazo tetujja gamba musi z'amaanyi naye zo z'amaanyi naye era naffe tuli b'amaanyi era tusobola okugenda ne tujjayo obubonero ekitende.
I want to help the team more. I want to create more. I'm looking at scoring my first goal for the team. I'm very positive it's coming very soon. I want to assist as many as I can. I have 2 so far, 3 actually. So yeah, I want to keep improving, and I'm very sure if I improve, it will help the team.
Omwagizi wa KCCA asuubire tujja kukola nnyo kubeera nga buli game gye tusamba tusobole okubeera nga tugiwangula. Tujja kufa ku tiimu endala ze tuvuganya nazo, tujja kufa ku ffe nga ffe tiimu ze tusamba nazo okubeera nga tuzijjako obubonero.
Interesting stuff from the players of KCCFC. A lot of positivity ahead of this one. When you look at Gift Ali saying that he's happy to be able to get some playing time right now. He had missed a couple of games, that is the first 5 games, but now he's happy he's back. And also other players showing that they really want to get there and pick maximum points at the St. Mary's Stadium Chitende. Hey, the fans also spoke ahead of this one, and these are the predictions and the thoughts of the KCCFC fans ahead of that game next week.
Okay, I think Vipers is a good game, a good team, our #1 competitors. However, we need to change some few things going into the game. I believe the kind of wingers we expect against Vipers are a little bit pacey, and so I expect to see the return of Iguma, for example. I think he would strengthen that defense. However, we also need to change some things about our midfield. The return of Aheebwa was instrumental. He was good on the link-up play on the attack, but also I expect Sadata Naku to play because of his speed.
Omupiira gwa Vipers ndowooza ku Lwokusatu tukwagala ffe ng'abawagizi naye nga Vipers si nnyangu, erina engeri gy'eteekawo embeera era netuvayo wakiri nga tukoze maliri ekinene nnyo. Omupiira ngusuubiranga emu oba 0-0 kubanga erina abasambi abalungi Vipers, naffe tulina abasambi abalungi.
Omupiira ogwo tegutera mwangu, ebiseera ebisinga bye tugendayo tukolayo ddulo sijjukira nga tuwangulayo ekitende eyo, naye ntendesi waffe amanyi ekyetaagisa nti amanyi abasambi baffe balungi bonna, bwe baba baleese bonna basobola otufunya kiki kye twetaaga, naye difensi yaffe eyo singa Obenchan oyo abeera akomyewo n'asamba mu mupiira ogwo kiyinza okutuyamba ennyo katukuba Katonda bye asoobamu sipiidi ye wasajja ba Vipers eyinza otukostingamuko singa Obenchan abeerawo difensi y'abasatu abo nga ne Machete n'akyayi difensi ya mulembe kadeni.
Tusuubira omusajja waffe Sadati Anaku ajja tukolera ekirungi nga leero kyatukoledde.
Omupiira ogwo ngusuubira kuggwera mu ddulo goolo emu ku emu.
And I expect, my prediction is that we will win 2-1 against Vipers.
Interesting opinions and predictions from the KCCFC fans ahead of the game between Vipers and KCCFC at the St. Mary's Stadium, Chitende, on Wednesday next week. We'll be back next week on Sunday to talk about this one, but not to forget, this week we told you that AFCON Under-17 tournament was cancelled. So our boys that were part of that, the Uganda Cubs squad, are really going to miss out on this one. And we also told you that the boys from Mauritania back, the boys that made the finals, the 6 players that were from KCCFC and were part of the Hippos squad are back training. We had an exclusive interview with a player in Musa Ramathan who played each and every minute of the AFCON Under-20 tournament for the Uganda Hippos, telling us how the tournament was and also his personal goals as a player on what he wants to achieve with the football club, and also the highlights for the games last week between Kyetume Football Club and KCCFC, and also that game between KCCA Football Club and Police Football Club, and also the build-up ahead of Vipers and KCCA Football Club. That was Season 2, Episode 15 of the KCCFC TV show. You can also watch it on our YouTube channels and also our various social media platforms. That is at KCCFC on Twitter, at KCCFC on Instagram, and KCCAFC on Facebook. That's been it for this week's show. Next week we'll be back with Episode 16 of the same show. My name is Magero Mwanje. Have a good night.